I have been in the book of Revelation lately in my study time, and something popped out at me the other day that I just wanted to chat about. So, in Revelation, Jesus writes letters to 7 churches through John. And so, one of the churches that he writes a letter to is called Pergamum. And this church, in this letter, Jesus says that he can see that they are holding on to their faith, that they are not denying him, which is good. You think that's a great start? Good. They're not denying the Lord, they're holding on to their faith. But then he goes on to say, but some of you people, some of them in your church, they are still holding to these other teachings, these false teachings, these wrong teachings, and they're doing things that are evil, things that are not truth, that are not Christ-like. And that is not allowed, like at all. That is completely going to cause me to end up coming against you and declaring war because you are involved in all these things that are 100% against me. And so what they're saying in this letter, what Jesus is saying through John, is that they are holding on to their faith, yes, but while they're saying I'm not gonna, deny my faith, and I would die for my faith, yet we're gonna be tolerant of this false teaching. We're gonna be tolerant of this stuff that's evil that's happening right here among us. And that's not acceptable. We can't do that because through Christ, we are made holy. And the word holy means set apart. Now, something that's set apart is not part of the rest. It's not part of the norm or what's common. It's different, right? It's its own thing. And so to be holy, we have to be set apart. We can't be okay with the norm. We can't be okay with what culture is doing when culture goes against the word of God and goes against truth and righteousness and holiness. And they were okay with that. They were tolerating these things. They weren't standing up to them. They're saying, oh, they thought they were doing so good because we're not going to deny the faith. We will die for the faith, but we're not going to live for it. We'll die for it, but we won't live for it. And do you see how backwards that is? How that doesn't even make sense? Like, we have to believe so much that we will live for it today, even when it's uncomfortable. We have to desire holiness and being set apart and being like Jesus so much that we're willing to say, not willing, like we don't want anything to do with things that aren't of him. Those things that the culture is doing and those things that are false teachings and those things that are evil and unholy, we don't want anything to do with that because that's not like Jesus. And so we can't be like the church at Pergamum. If we want to be holy, we absolutely cannot be okay with what is common.